one of the biggest differences between Tiananmen and the COVID-0 protests is that the CCP regime has many more instruments at its disposal technologically to suppress dissent today than it did back during the Tiananmen massacre. Why Apple AirDrop functionality was shut down during the protests?
So in our work at Tibet Action Institute, we've been pressuring Apple with shareholders and other human rights organizations to live up to a human rights statement they published a few years ago. One key aspect of that is demanding more transparency around these specific kind of events, policies, rules, controls. The primary issue with Apple in China is we don't know exactly what they're doing and when they're doing it. Not only are they complying, and we feel overly complying, with the local laws of China, they're doing so without notification, sort of minimal reporting. So as an example, we know through testing and through research like Valentine's and others that Apple iMessage encryption is disabled or doesn't work the same in China as it works elsewhere. But we have to sort of black box test to figure that out. We know that in certain regions in China, FaceTime will work, in other regions it won't. We know based on sovereign data laws and the Chinese cybersecurity laws, iCloud data is for Chinese users, or if you have a Chinese SIM card, is hosted in mainland China, not encrypted, versus hosted outside of China for the rest of us. We have to sort of pick apart these things. The primary area where they've complied is the App Store, censorship and removal of apps. Over 50,000 apps, primarily VPN apps, anti-censorship tools, including tools that I helped develop. I deal with this every day directly, and I have to sort of decipher the Byzantine and complex and opaque messages I get from Apple. You know, this app is in violation of a policy. Which policy? A policy. You know, you just go back and forth. They don't even help you know what you've done most of the time. And so your question is, what happened there? Why did AirDrop get disabled at this crucial time? Was it Apple that complied? Looking at this long history of Apple complying in a way that with the regulations of the Chinese Communist Party, I have to say yes. Based on that, they must have complied at that time. Did they have other reasons to disable the way AirDrop worked? Yes, there's a lot of problems with AirDrop, but they used that to say, well, we better lock it all down then. And so Apple repeatedly has not been able to stand up to pressure from China. We've tried to, and using shareholders, using experts, using testimony and pressure, get them to at least be more transparent as a first step, and then beyond that, be more creative. But on your question, we just need to know what happened.
Yeah.
It's one thing to comply, it's another thing to try to cover it up.